All right, Shalom. This is Shalomar from the Great Millstone Atlanta Camp. Before I get started in this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Their teaching rule well. Peace, safety, much love, and blessings to the elect of Israel. I'm basically going into this article right here. It says, are the recent UFO disclosures setting us up for a mass deception of epic proportions? So the article goes into many recent UFO sightings, which are occurring more and more. But us men, women, and children that sent to this truth, we understand that those UFOs are not UFOs. They're identified flying objects, which are the chariots of the Most High Power that created heaven and earth, whose true name is Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, name is Yahweh Shah. It's not God and Jesus Christ. It's Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. And those so-called UFOs, those are the vehicles of the angels of the Lord, which are the armies of the Most High. So, throughout the scriptures, the Most High refers to himself as the Lord of hosts. And basically that goes into the leader of the armies. You know, that word host goes into armies. So we have a heavenly army that's our power. You know, if you're on the righteous side, if you're on the wicked side, hey, that's going to be your destruction. So you know, these things they're popping up more and more. I'm also share a story that me and my two sons encountered a couple of days ago, actually about 3 days back. But I'm going to read the scripture real quick. This is Psalms chapter 68 and verse 17. It says, the chariots of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. So the Lord has thousands of chariots and even more thousands of angels. And they are patiently waiting for the go-ahead from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. You know, that talks about it talks about that in the book of Daniel, I believe, chapter 12, how Michael is, you know, it's going to be at a certain time where it's going to be so bad. That's when Michael, who is the war angel, going to come back to save his people, but he's going to come back with that destruction. Also, the book of Isaiah chapter 65, Slakia 66 in verse 14, 15. I'm just going to get it. But yeah, those angels, which people call them UFOs, you know, they gonna call it an alien invasion, but it's gonna be the Most High saving his people. This is Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15. It says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So, hey, they're basically showing themselves. You know, these chariots are not hiding, and I want to get this particular discussion in this article. Look at that advertisement, stand for Israel. Hey, that's the spirit right there. Hey, that right there make me want to go ahead and get this Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, which is Israel. Hey, that's amazing right there. It's a pop-up advertisement. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. So, you know, that's why we try and keep these commandments to the best of our ability, because that's pleasing to the Most High. You know, we want to be on that good side so we can receive salvation. We want that great reward. Not only salvation, but, you know, the kingdom of heaven. But, you know, it says down here in the article, it says the cockpit audio from American Airlines flight 2292 from New Mexico to Phoenix sounded like something out of a sci-fi movie. Do you have any targets up here? We just had something go right over the top of us. The pilot can be heard saying, I hate to say this, but it looked like a long cinder, I can't pronounce that word. Cinder object that almost looked like a cruise missile type of thing moving really fast right over the top of us. Now, I seen something similar. I was driving. I was driving with my sons in the car. This was Saturday. No, this was Sunday night. Late Sunday night. I believe it was around 10ish, 11ish, and my son just happened to look up, and it was right above the trees, probably a little bit higher up than the trees, but not up where like the planes are or where a helicopter would fly, but it was lower than that. It was probably right above the trees, basically that far away from the ground or from us. It was like a ball of fire, and it had a flash to it, and it was moving at a extremely high speed. So my son was like, "What is that? What is that?" Because we've seen chariots, but we never seen anything like that. It very well could have been an angel. You know, it was basically like a lit ball of fire, and it had like a flash into it. And I thought it was a missile. I'm like, "Oh man, it's a missile." But my son, see, I was trying to keep my eyes on the road while I was driving at the same time. He said that it went down, but from what I saw, it just like disappeared from us. And not only that, you know, we saw more chariots that was higher up in the sky, and one of them was red, and that's what kind of I actually had to stop the car, pull over, and I tried to record, but my camera on my phone couldn't pick anything up. But it was a pretty exciting time, and really probably about an hour after that, we was just looking at different chairs, and it was pretty active that night. So hey, these angels are not hiding anymore. They ready to they ready to let loose on this place. In the article it says this got so much attention that officials at American Airlines were forced to address it. They put out a statement in which they confirmed that the radio transmission did actually come from American Airlines flight 2292. So these they was also talking about many pilots. I'm gonna see if I can find that part of it. The article is not that long. And by the way, this is from endtimeheadlines.org, and this article was from March the 1st, so about 8 days ago. But maybe it was a different article I was reading. They were saying it's been a bunch of different pilots like reporting a lot of so-called UFO sightings lately, and Hey, that's those are the chariots of the Lord. The elect is waking up. You know, those that are gonna be saved. Not only that, you have things that's growing up. There's a lot of hate. There's a lot of acts of war. Um, it's basically an evil time that's coming. And these angels are, putting those. First of all, the Lord is putting the spirit out there, and then these angels are kind of like making sure the job gets done. So that's why Esau Edom has his built that space station in an emergency, not to spy on other countries with satellites or whatever, but they try to catch anything that's coming into the atmosphere, which they can't keep their eyes on chariots. The way these things move, they reappear and disappear right before your eyes. They move at extremely high speeds. It's nothing Esau can do but continue to be proud and uh, think that he can take on the works of the Lord. But hey, that's just how this devil is. Um, the one that they call Jesus Christ, whose name is Yahweh Shai, he's gonna return in a so-called UFO, and I want to get that as well in the book of Acts, chapter 1. Um, and I believe it's around 9 or 10. Okay, here it is. It says, and when they had spoken these things, this is Acts chapter 1 and verse 9. And when he had spoken these things, this is talking about Yahushua, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. There wasn't a cloud that came down to the ground, like fog, and he kind of like disappeared into the fog. And no, this was a so-called UFO. This was a chariot. It received him, and he went up into the sky. So in the same way he left us, that's how he's gonna return. And it says, verse 10, and while they looked steadfastly towards heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Jesus, but it's Yahweh Shai, this same Yahweh Shai which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So, Yahweh Shai is going to return, the same way that he left in a chariot and went. And I read to you in the book of Isaiah chapter 66, how when he comes, he's not going to come with peace. He's going to come to make war. And it said the slaying of the Lord should be many. He's going to come with fire, but just more proof that the Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, he's up there amongst those chariots. The book of Psalms chapter 18, and let's see. I'm just going to start at 11. It says, He made darkness his secret place. His pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. So those dark waters are the clouds. It says thick clouds of the skies. And that's his pavilion. That's the Most High is amongst angels in the clouds. So the only way you wouldn't believe this is if you don't believe the scriptures. That's not talking about a man just sitting in the cloud. No, they have vehicles where they move. They move around about the earth. And you can actually see them if you have like a nice then they call them cumulus cloudy day. A nice cloudy day. You can kind of, if you stare at the sky long enough, you'll see chariots. They look like balls of light, and they'll come in, they'll disappear, they'll reappear. You may see multiple ones. You may see them move real fast. That's the power of the Lord. Call Allah Yahweh Shah for this knowledge that we know exactly what those are. That's our power. On the other side, that's Esau, Edom, and the rest of the heathens. That's their destruction and their downfall. Not only that, but when they start destroying themselves, those chariots are gonna be our ticket out of here. And at the same time, they're gonna bring destruction. So while we being saved by the chariots, they're gonna be destroying what's left of this kingdom, along with the nuclear missiles that's gonna fall on this place. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. I pray that this was edifying. Once again, this is an article from End Time. That stand for Israel again. End Time headlines.org. And basically these pilots are, they're making all these reports about these so-called UFOs that they're seeing. That just let us know that we close. We real close. So endure to the end. Keep praying. Do whatever you got to do to and basically endure until the end so you can receive that salvation. Keep your faith. We almost out of here. Hey, we almost in the kingdom, Lord's willing. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that taught us his truth, and shalom to the elect.